Welcome again to my YouTube channel. I'm Jamari Wright and I'm going to teach you Japanese the right way. There's so many things out there you don't even know where to begin. There's people telling you need to read, there's people telling you need to write, there's people telling you need to speak as much as possible, there's people telling you don't do any of that, don't speak until your year end. There's just one thing you need to know in order to get through all that noise. To take any person's suggestion and know whether it's for you or not for you. And I'm going to teach you that today. So when you're on your Japanese learning journey, there's really just one thing you need, but really in two parts. I'll give you an analogy. So when you're going on a long trip, there are two things you really need. You need fuel, you need a destination. You need the fuel that's gonna get you there, and you need to know exactly where you're going. Because if you don't have those two things, it doesn't matter. If you have a GPS, but you don't have a destination, it doesn't matter, you're not getting there. If you have fuel, you're definitely not getting there. So what is fuel? And what is your destination when it comes to Japanese? So fuel is your internal motivation. It's your reason why. Why do you want to learn Japanese? Is it because you just want to watch anime without subtitles? Is it because you want to live in Japan? For me, I wanted to live in Japan. Anything that I could do in English, I wanted to do and be able to do in Japanese. So that was my intrinsic why. That intrinsic why is your fuel, and that tells you how much fuel you need in order to get to your destination. So in order to get to my destination, being able to write books in Japanese, to be able to do speeches in Japanese, to read the Bible in Japanese. In order to do those things, I need to have a certain level of fluency. That will tell me my destination. So my destination is a native-like fluency. That may not be everyone's destination. My destination doesn't have to be your destination. My fuel doesn't have to be your fuel. There are all kinds of fuel out there. Like, choose your fuel. Choose your destination. Your destination doesn't have to be mine, and it doesn't have to be anybody else. Have your own destination, have your own fuel. So when it comes to destination, that is your goal. Your goal of where do you want to go? If it's being able to watch an episode of anime without subtitles, maybe you want to watch your favorite anime without subtitles. Maybe you want to watch One Piece without subtitles. Maybe you want to watch Naruto without subtitles. Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan without subtitles. And if that's your destination, that is a great destination to have. Now, a lot of people talk about the GPS. The GPS, that's how everyone tells you how to get to your goal. You should do this, you should do that, you should read, you should listen, you should speak. That is the GPS. That's how you get to your destination. Well, not every GPS is fit for every destination. So you got to know where your destination is before you pick whether you're using a map, whether you're using a compass, whether you're using just your vision to see where you're going, or you're using a long-term GPS, long process that will take you step by step to get there. So I'm here to tell you the step-by-step guide, whether it's a small-term goal or a long-term goal. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you need to use these intrinsic and external motivations to reach your goal. Learning Japanese is a long process, and you need to start small. Take one step. If your goal is to watch anime without subtitles, watch the first 5 minutes, or even just the first minute without subtitles, and then watch it again with subtitles to know exactly what was said every day. Because those small steps build. It's kind of like compounding interest. Starts out really small, then it compounds over time. When it was me, so I was in a Japanese meetup group when I first started learning Japanese. And the thing that motivated me was I wanted to know what they were saying. They would be talking and joking around, and I'd have no clue what they were saying. And I would just be so annoyed that I would go home and study because I really wanted to know what they were saying. So if it's for you, turn off the subtitles. You'll be really annoyed by not understanding what they were saying, and you'll have to rewatch it again. If you really want to know what they're saying, after you've watched it with no subtitles, you'll watch it again with the subtitles to understand what they're saying, and you'll gain little bits of vocabulary as you go. So just do that. One small step that gives you the motivation to keep going. This is how you learn any new habit. Any new habit that you're going to build. It starts with desperation. That's your reason why, your motivation. That's going to start with desperation. It means you have to do it. That desperation will lead to discipline. That every single day builds every single day. Just small steps every single day. And eventually that discipline turns into desire. You starts to become a habit. You miss a day, you're like, oh, I really missed my 5 minutes of watching Japanese without subtitles. And then that desire will eventually turn into delight. You start to see small little victories. It's like, oh, I understood that. I didn't even really study. That's why we do this the fun way. This is Japanese the right way. This is because that's the way that I wish I was told how to learn Japanese. And I'll teach you more and more step by step how to do it. But really, to start, The one thing you need, motivation. Intrinsic motivation, external motivation. You need to know what your fuel is, and you need to know what your destination is. Because that will change everything. And that will keep you on the path. If you know what your fuel is, you know what your destination is, you'll get there. So, if this jives with your language learning vibe, then please subscribe. Any updated videos will be up here on the left. And I hope to see you again.